welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner, and today I am bringing you something new where I'm going to show you my bullet journal. So I use just a lot of basic supplies. These are markers that I always use. The ones before that are brand new markers. They're dual tipped and I'm excited to use them. A basic ruler, a pencil, and a simple black Sharpie. So let's get started. So for February, I did already go through and outline everything in pencil because you do not want to see me try and do that because that is not a pretty task. This idea is not original by any means. I got it from some different pictures on Pinterest, and I did already go through and do some of the outlining in black before I started making the video because again, these markers are new and I kind of wanted to see how they worked. And by no means am I an artist, but my goal here is to show everyone that's watching that you can definitely make bullet journals, not be an artist, and still have fun and find it very relaxing at the same time. So then I take my basic eraser and just erase all my pencil marks to make it just a nice, crisp, and clean page so that none of those pencil marks are being shown on my page. Alright, so my next page is my monthly calendar spread. I kept it pretty basic. I kept the theme again of kind of like those dripping hearts. And again, this was inspired by Pinterest. So what you guys will see me doing again is I'm outlining those things in black. And I have started already adding some important dates like book releases to my spread here, but eventually I will be also adding at a later time if I'm participating in any live reading sprints, if ideas of videos that I want to have posted by certain dates and times, as well as any special birthdays or just anything that's going on in my booktube world. So this is kind of the spread that I just kind of help myself keep organized for the entire month of February. So I decided to do the days of the week in this light pink, and I kind of regretted it. It was a little too light, but once I erased the pencils at the end, it did look a little bit better. But definitely, again, these markers are brand new, so it's definitely a learning experience with these markers. So as I'm erasing, I accidentally like crinkle the page. I've literally have never done that before in my life in any of my bullet journal spreads, and I've been doing them for quite some time. So I was pretty upset about it. But again, it shows that, you know, I am not an artist and that we make mistakes. I also decided to go back and outline the hearts around the February in black. So I wanted just them to pop a little bit more and kind of follow along with the theme that I've been doing in the other pages so far in the bullet journal. So my next page is my TBR page, where I pretty much just keep track of the different books that I'm planning on reading. I break them down into different categories based off what I pulled in my Jenga game, any buddy reads, or I also kind of group that with any like book club reads, if I'm participating in any readathons, or if I have any secret TBRs that are going on. Obviously, I don't always stick to this, but this is just like a plan that I kind of have going on that I would like to potentially follow. So for this one, I just kind of stuck to two different colors for the hearts at the top and just kind of alternated them back and forth. So I tried to be fancy here and in like cursive in the TBR after I did it with the marker, and I didn't really like it, but it is what it is, and I just kept it because, I mean, it had the right potential, but didn't really like the execution. So now I'm going to also outline the titles of each category in the pink, and then you'll also see me outlining the hearts in black. So when I read that specific book, I will then go back and color it with a color marker once I have accomplished that book. So my next page that I'll be working on is my page tracker. I like to keep track of how many pages I read every day. I don't necessarily set a goal for myself, being that I don't want to, make myself feel guilty for not reading a certain amount of pages a day, but I just like to kind of have that knowledge of you know, kind of see if there's any patterns. So I, on the horizontal line, I do how many pages, so I go up by 20, and on the vertical, I do the days of the month. So what I'll do is I highlight where I kind of how many pages I read, so it kind of makes like a bar graph. Last month I did only one color for the highlighter for every day, but it kind of got confused and kind of blended together. So this month I will be doing 2 different highlighter colors, alternating back and forth. I plan on maybe using like a light purple and a light pink highlighter, and I will show you how that will look when I do my next video, and I'll do a flip through of at the beginning of March of how February turned out, and you'll be able to see what that looks like. So my next spread is where I just keep track of all the books I read for the month. I am trying a little something different here this time. Usually I just kind of do it like in columns, but I decided to just kind of be creative with it. So I figured every time I read a book, I will make a heart on that page, and inside the heart I'll write the name of the book, the author, and how many pages that were in that book, and my star rating from 1 through 5. And so I will do that just to keep track, even though I do keep track on a spreadsheet, but I like including it in my bullet journal as well. So I colored in the hearts and then outlined them in black, but then I erased with pencils, and like I said, these are brand new markers, and I've never really, like I said, used that felt, so it's more of like a blending type thing, but I definitely needed to let it dry first before I erased it, so I had to redo it again. Alright, my next page is from the 2 readathons that I am participating in this month. The first one is Woody's Roundup, and I have kind of did the prompts on this page and the books that I am planning on reading to accomplish each of those prompts. As you can see, I have some spots left blank, so I'm not exactly sure which book I will be reading for each prompt, but I will go back and fill that in as I decide. Just like on my other pages, I label it with like a heart next to it, so when I do accomplish that prompt, I will color that in. And I will also leave the information for that announcement video in the description box below. So my video camera stopped recording and I had no idea. So this is the finished spread for my 2 readathons that I am doing. So sorry about that, but let's go back to the beginning and do a flip through. So I'm pretty happy how things turned out, especially since these were some new markers that I was using. And again, I'm still kind of getting the hang of it, but I do like the color scheme that I went with, and I'm definitely excited to start using this as February starts. So I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope to be bringing more to my channel soon. So if you don't want to miss any of that content, please press that subscribe button. And yeah, so stay kind, loves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
So pretty up from the minute that I met you.